and welcome to the Bluegrass Sports Show, or
The BS Show, where you're two fat guys talking crap.
quit messing with your shirt.
I
I'm
like
Carl.
the shirt. And I'm Perry.
I said quit messing with it. Not that it was that bad looking or something.
Oh.
I like it too.
Well,
Anyway,
thank you.
yeah, the animal. I forgot that part.
Have mercy.
Terrible video. So today we are coming at you with just some ideas for 10 more guys that possibly should have been on the top 50 greatest players ever, but this is now. So these guys may not have even been a factor then,
Okay.
aka LeBron.
Allow me to go ahead and explain to you what we're talking about today because I know what we're doing and he even confused me. This is the 20th year anniversary of, I guess, of the 50th anniversary. Essentially, it's the 70th anniversary of the NBA. It's the 20-year anniversary of whenever the NBA released its top 50 players of all time. And this being, of course, it's expected that the NBA may revisit that this year, but it's not for sure.
That'd be cool.
So what we're
Do
looking
a top
into today,
70.
exactly, a top 70. That's something Bill Walton is wanting the NBA to do.
Right.
70, because if they do 50, he's getting knocked out. So, so what we're wanting to do,
I
because
disagree, but
20 years ago, there's a lot of talent that's gone through the league now,
Yes.
or in the league now, that's
Should
not
be
on
on
that
there,
list. And you can make an argument it's definitely better than players that are already gone.
Mhm.
Now, we may down the line go through and say what 10 we think should or should not come off
the
the list.
yes.
Today, we just want to give you
I
10.
want to give you an idea.
Exactly. We're going to go backwards and forwards, just 10 total.
See, there's that redneck.
5 and 5.
Backwards and forwards.
Backwards and forwards. We're going to go backwards and forwards. We're going to come up with 5 apiece. Come out with a total
And if we
of 10.
debate one, we'll discuss that. And
Okay.
Right. It's going to be fun.
You want first or second?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Because I'm going to take yours.
All right.
All right. So at my number one that should make this list, Kobe Bryant.
And I disagree, not at all. So,
okay.
so I mean, just Kobe with 1A being, and I'm going to take your choice, I'm going to go with Tim Duncan.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 2 best players of a generation.
Yes.
So in '97, Duncan was a rookie. and Kobe had been in the league for a year at that point. So neither one of those
For a year.
For a year.
It sounded like you said for a year. I was like, no.
For a year. Yes, I understand. I'm a hick. But anyways, they're 2 of the 10 greatest players of all time. So they definitely belong on the revised top 50.
I agree.
Now I'm going to spin it around and come back towards you. This is where you obviously have to put LeBron James on this list.
Yeah, exactly.
Another top 5 player of all time, definitely in the top 50. So those 3 are obvious. Now there's going to be a few more.
Here we go with some debate.
There's going to be a few more that should or should not be based on our opinions.
Yep.
So I'll let you go ahead.
Okay, so with mine, I'm going to go ahead and throw out D-Wade,
Okay.
who I think makes it.
Okay.
Do you agree or disagree?
Absolutely,
Okay.
I agree. Dwayne Wade.
All right.
He's been in the league at this point for 13 or 14 seasons. He's a 3-time champion.
Right.
He's multi-time All-Star, multi-time All-NBA caliber player.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's a no-brainer. I think
And,
Wade belongs on this list.
I mean, I don't remember precisely, but I'm pretty sure that both of us had him on our top 5 shooting
We
guards
did.
of all time.
Yes.
Okay, well, that right there, 5 times 5 is 25. If he's in the top 5 shooting guards of all time, he shouldn't make the list.
Well,
but,
just because he's in a top 5, he's a top 5 player at a certain position, that doesn't automatically
Right,
mean
I
that
know
he
what
would be
you're
in the
saying.
top 5 all time. Because
but
I don't necessarily agree that maybe Kevin McHale should be a top 50 player of all time.
ooh, that was
So
hard.
it's hard. And maybe he should, maybe he shouldn't. That's something that I would
Right.
have to think about. I'm just telling that.
Right. I know what you're saying, because there's especially when you go the center position.
Yes. He played power forward.
I know,
Yes.
but I'm talking about how many great ones they came from the center position.
Oh, yes.
You know what I'm saying? That versus.
Now, our 5 centers are easily on this list.
Oh yeah, duh. But but actually, there's one guy. Ah, he made it. Okay. We've got the top 5 list here, or the top 50 to check. Make sure we're correct. They're not on there.
I've got a pretty good idea.
And for my next one, how many are we at now? We're at
You're giving your
D
third
Wade
pick.
was 4.
Yeah, you're giving your third pick.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw Kevin Garnett out there.
I agree with that. Absolutely. I think at this point we've given 5
Mhm.
total. I think that these 5 are
Easily in there,
in
yes.
there. They're non-debatable.
Right.
Now the next 5 you can make
Yeah,
debate
there's
for.
debate on these.
Because to me, at this point, you've already got Kobe, you've already got Duncan, you've already got LeBron, you've already got Wade, you've already got Garnett.
Mm-hmm.
To me, the next best player of this generation, and this is across the board, and I'm not talking about Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's the most lethal offensive weapon, and I'm sure one of us will name him.
Yeah.
I think Steph Curry.
Oh my God. Here's where we argue. Now,
why wouldn't he be?
and the only thing I have against Steph to say that he may not be in the top 50 is literally career stats. That's it. His career line number, he just ain't been in the league long enough. His career stats are not good enough. Now, success-wise, would you know this? Success-wise, he's got it. I mean, there's no. He's 2 MVPs, 2 national championships. Is that right? Setting records. I mean, he's got that part. The success he's got, but the career numbers are much lower than some of these other guys. But it's only because of his years pro. You know what I'm saying?
Let me turn this rebuttal back to you because Shaquille O'Neal was the most controversial selection on the original top 50 because he had only been in the league at this point for 4 or 5 seasons.
And I didn't agree with him getting picked on there.
Steph has been in the league far longer than what Shaquille had at this same point.
Right.
So, in my opinion, at this point in their careers, lengthwise, Steph's accomplished more than Shaq did.
He did, but I like I just said, I disagreed with Shaq being on the top 50 of all time.
I'm talking about, Steph was in the 09 draft, I believe, so that puts Steph in the league at 8 years. 8 years into the league.
Good gravy, we're getting old. Anyway, go ahead.
8 years into the league.
Yeah.
Steph's accomplished more than what Shaq had.
I agree.
So, and we both had Shaq in our top 10 players of all time.
Well, yeah, but we're looking at his career as a total.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Shaq, 8 years into the league, Steph has already accomplished more than Shaq did from an individual standpoint. Now, they play a different game, naturally. Naturally. Steph's a better pure scorer.
Yes.
Steph is a good playmaker.
Steph's a better ball player. I mean, honestly.
Well, he has the ability to score. Now, it just depends. He's not better in the paint or in the post, naturally.
No, but I just mean all around as basketball in a whole, doing everything, Steph's better.
Well, it's
as a pure basketball player.
I'm not going to say he's better than Shaq, per se.
I will.
Because they do 2 different things.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
What I am saying, if you look at their careers at this point compared to where they were then, Steph's accomplished more.
But that's not... The argument I was making was that I don't think Shaq should have been in there either. He shouldn't have been picked. Now, looking at his career as a total, yes. But then, no. Because when you're talking about top 50 greatest players of all time, right, when they made this list, correct? You're looking at career as a whole. If Shaq would have had a career-ending injury or something, his numbers did not match up with half the people that could have been on this list.
And that's
what I'm saying.
Yes.
Numbers-wise, success-wise, he's there by a long shot. He even beats some of the people on this list.
I'm not saying that I agree or disagree with Shaq's selection. Then it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to answer that question unbiasedly because I'm a massive Shaquille O'Neal fan.
Well, I'm Shaq's, one of my favorite players ever too. But I mean, I just look at career numbers.
Whenever it comes to as far as if you would look at Steph Curry right now, if he stepped on the court tonight, and you look at him with what you've seen him to date, I understand that the total piling of stats is not there.
Exactly.
I understand.
That's what I'm saying.
But whenever you look at him, you can't look at him and not say he's not one of the 50 greatest players I've ever seen play.
Watch him play, yes.
And that's what it should be based on.
Not to me, but
that's. I mean, he's broke the 3-point single season record 3 times.
Yeah.
Twice he did it to himself. One of the times he hit over 400 in a season. You dropped your ring in
every single
in all these videos. He's a 2-time MVP, and whether it should or should not have been is irrelevant.
Right.
He's the only unanimous MVP in the history of the league.
And this is where I know in past videos I've mentioned something about it, and I want to try to clear up this. Am I saying that Steph Curry should not have been unanimous? Not at all. But am I saying that he should have been the first unanimous? That's what I'm saying. He should not have been. But he should have been unanimous. That's just so you guys understand my thoughts on that. I'm just saying he should have been the first one. But
absolutely, I agree.
Okay,
Shaq was 1 vote from being unanimous in 2000.
Should have been.
Philadelphia writer voted for Iverson. That's the only vote Shaq didn't get in 2000. So You look at Steph Aho, he's been to 3 straight finals. He's a multi-time All-Star, records held, 2-time MVP, 2-time champion.
Right.
So, I mean, it's to
Yeah,
me.
I know what you're saying.
To me,
especially success, he makes it.
I think Steph's the lock, my personal opinion. Now, whenever we go with the 7th selection, this is where I'm going to go ahead and put Durant.
Thank you. Okay.
Kevin Durant,
Even though you took mine, but that
the
works.
most lethal offensive weapon in the history of the game.
Right.
Now, Curry's the most lethal perimeter offensive weapon.
He's the most lethal
Durant's
shooter.
all around the
Yes.
most lethal offensive weapon.
Right.
There's never been a player like him. 7 foot tall, handles like a
Yes.
guard, can score anywhere in any fashion.
He's a
He's
monster.
just lanky. Did you know?
He's just lanky.
I mean, to speak to his length and to speak to the Warriors as a whole, Zaza Pachulia is their center, and they led the league in blocks last year.
Right.
Part of that is Durant, just with his length.
Pachulia's good. Big dog of Pachulia.
No, Pachulia's gone. Pachulia don't belong in the top 1,500 players in NBA history, much less in the top 50.
All right. So
I stand by that.
I'm with you on Durant though. I'm 100%. Because career numbers, he's close. He's right there. And success wise, now he's got the championship. One.
Mm-hmm.
And he don't have any MVPs.
He does. He's an MVP.
He's got one. Yeah. I remember his MVP speech
You're the
now.
real MVP.
But dadgum. Now here's where I got to think. And we did not prepare for this. This was supposed to be off the top of our head, but I suck with names, as you guys know. In our stinking prediction video, I completely forgot about Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not very good off the top of my head. Let's see here. Who we got?
I mean, I've already got my 3 picked out if you don't take them.
There. Shut up.
This is so easy.
Shut up.
So easy.
I
Because
want to
technically,
throw
we
out-
only have 2 left.
I want to throw out 2 names. 2, and I'm going to let you pick one of them. Okay? Ray Allen, Reggie Miller. Which one do you pick to be in that list?
Reggie.
You pick Reggie?
Yes.
Ooh, man, I don't know. I really don't know.
Reggie carried the weight of a team that was successful.
I agree.
Reggie had to play against Michael Jordan.
But Ray Allen's had more success. He's had more championships.
Not individually.
No, not individually.
Reggie never won a championship. Reggie never left the Pacers to go chase a championship.
Right, I agree. I agree.
And whenever Allen got his title, it was on a collection of 3 Hall of Famers that were at the very end of their prime.
Right, but I don't know, man.
And then his championship in Miami,
as far as flat player, now I believe Ray Allen may be better than Reggie, but Reggie is way more clutch. I completely agree with that.
So,
and not game winner clutch. I think Ray Allen may beat him on game winners.
Mm-hmm.
But when you need a basket to your team to stay in the game or to take the lead, Reggie's your man. And that's a whole different type of clutch. That's a better clutch to me.
So who are you?
But I'm fine going with Reggie. I'm fine going Reggie.
You're going Reggie with,
Reggie.
with our favorite player right here.
I'll go with Reggie.
Okay, who are you taking at 9?
I don't know.
I mean, common sense, if he's debating between Reggie and Ray, you think he would throw Ray.
No. I just wanted to pick
There's
one of them.
2 unbelievably learning options.
I want, at this point, to pick Payton. Gary Payton.
Gary Payton wasn't either one of the options.
I'm sorry, but I like Gary Payton.
I can name you 2 players right now better than Gary Payton.
All right, name them, because I may change
Jason Kidd.
Okay.
Allen Iverson.
I don't like AI.
It doesn't matter if you like him or not. He was better than Payton.
Debatable.
No, it's not.
He was much worse defensively.
No, he wasn't. Not much. No, Allen Iverson was an excellent defender. Now,
but
Gary
Allen Iverson
Payton,
on his career shot 40%.
And
that's
get
not
that.
very good.
Allen Iverson's also a former league MVP and led a team to the finals.
Okay.
I understand Gary Payton led a team to the finals. He also had Sean Kemp.
I agree. And Iverson did it with less. I agree.
Iverson did it with nothing.
But his shooting percentage is always terrible because he's got to score. And if he's not a team first guy at all. He's a him first guy. I just can't stand Iverson. I think he hurts team chemistries. Period. I think he hurts team chemistry.
Okay. Just for 100% clarity. And some of these I agree with, some of these I disagree with.
Right.
You're taking Gary Payton over Allen Iverson.
I would, but it's just because Allen Iverson will kill team chemistry and has to be the man. He's got to take all the shots.
You're taking Gary Payton over Jason Kidd.
No. I said no to that one.
Okay, so you're going to take Jason Kidd.
I can see J. Kidd over Payton.
Okay.
But those, oh man, I think both of them need to be on the list.
But you would give Gary Payton this consideration before you would give these guys. You would give Gary Payton the consideration before Chris Paul.
I thought about Paul, but yes, I would give Payton the consideration over Paul.
You would give Gary Payton consideration before you would Steve Nash.
Oh yes.
Would you give Gary Payton consideration before you would Steph Curry?
At this point, be yes because of the career numbers.
Okay, well,
that's the only reason.
I appreciate you staying consistent there.
That's the only reason.
I do appreciate that. I think you're completely wrong,
that's
but
fine.
I appreciate you staying consistent with that. Ignore Amanda. Tell her to call back later. Now, for the last pick here, it's really tough.
Now, Steph Curry's already on the list.
I understand. I was just throwing out names of consideration.
Yeah, but we're going to move Payton and put J. Kidd there. Because that was another one that I just couldn't think of.
Would you consider Gary Payton before you consider Tracy McGrady?
I don't know. T-Mac was awesome. If he didn't have the injuries.
Do you consider Gary Payton before you consider Ray Allen?
Maybe.
Carmelo Anthony?
Yes.
I agree. I mean, I'm just throwing
T-Mac, if he didn't have the injuries, T-Mac is much higher on this list to me, but the injuries held him back.
I would take Ray Allen before I would take Gary Payton.
I don't know. That one's hard, though. They're like, both of them are really good.
I think I'm going to take Allen at this.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm taking Dirk.
Oh, how did we forget about Dirk?
I know, we almost forgot the big
Dirk goes up.
We've been listening to German metal all evening, and we almost forgot Dirk.
We were listening to Du Hast.
They're talking about
Rammstein.
Fish. They're talking about the fish. I don't care what he says the lyrics were. They were talking about fish.
Oh, jeez.
So, yes,
Dirk.
Absolutely.
I agree. Glad you remember that. That's, once again, man. That's what I'm saying. J. Kidd and Dirk. And that was on you, too. You didn't remember either.
Well, yes.
Till the end.
I understand. So, the whole point of this being, ESPN.com has an article about the undefeated.
They really need to
where they
change the list. Or
they added
increase it.
They redone the top 50. Of course, considering the last 20 years in the league, they took out 14. They added 14 in new.
Right.
So, I mean, they put in Iverson. They put in Steph. They put in Nash.
It's gone.
They put in Paul Pierce. They put in Ray. Put in Reggie. So, I mean, to me, that's just, there's a lot of those that have no business on the top 50 list. Just my opinion.
Okay, guys. That was a fun video, but, we're both kind of idiots for forgetting Dirk. Anyway, he should have been at least number 5 guy listed. He should have been before Garnett.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But
I know a lot of people disagree with that. But
what?
A lot of people will take Garnett because Garnett was more of a colorful character. But to me, I would take Dirk every day over KG.
Dirk, KG on his lone championship was.
We had Dirk in our top 5 power forwards, and we didn't have KG.
But we got him in there.
We got him. We got you, Dirk.
Just because we listed him.
He's a big Kentucky fan too. Did you know that?
No.
He said,
can I say this?
He's talked about.
This is not 1, 2, 3 like it came out. That's not. We're putting them in that list. This is the number of them. We're just saying these 10 guys.
Exactly, those 10.
Yes.
But no, Dirk's talked about if he went to school in America, he was going to come to Kentucky.
Well, that's because we're amazing.
He would have been on our 98 team that won the title.
Oh.
No, he wouldn't. I'm sorry. He would have been on the 99 team that would have won the title.
With Dirk?
Dirk and Scott Padgett? Yes.
Yeah, we're winning.
Wayne Turner?
Oh, Lord. Lordy day. Charles Barkley. They played, I don't remember what it was exactly, but they played a game against Dirk, right? And Charles Barkley looked at him and told Scottie Pippen, I believe it was, or Michael Jordan won. They said, this guy has got to go to Auburn. He played, and he's like, this guy's amazing. He has got to go to Auburn. And that's a shout out to Dirk, how good he is. I mean, really. And this was at a very young age.
All right, nerves are 10.
Anyway,
Shut her down.
that was a fun video, guys. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, hit the like button and that subscribe button. Share with your friends. We might have a 10 off the top 50 list coming for you soon.
Not only that, we may also have a discussion coming soon about
Over that Curry.
about Steph Curry and where he ranks all time at this point.
Right.
I mean, because
Well, see, one thing, too, when we talked about our top 5 point guards, he wasn't on my list. He was on yours.
he's on mine.
So,
We're very consistent with
yes.
that. And something else, we may actually look in the spirit of college basketball starting. We're going to look into making an all Duke lineup. We're going to draft Dookie teams.
That one's going to be fun, too. That one's going to be fun. We did it with Kentucky, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think we should
We
do
should do
it
it with all big name schools.
our top 5. We'll look
Yeah,
at our top
there
5 because we had the same 5 programs.
Yep, that's right.
So just make.
Oh, man, the top UCLA team.
No, it sucks. That's a terrible idea. It's a terrible idea to do it for Kansas players. We'll just do
You got Wilt.
and Paul Pierce.
I don't care.
That's
We're
it.
doing Kansas.
That's it.
We're doing Kansas. but anyway,
End of
guys,
video.
that was fun. So share with your friends. Like us on Facebook, Bluegrass Sports Show, Twitter, Bluegrass Sport 2. I'm trying to finish it up. Praise over here dancing and singing in his head, I guess. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Have a great day.